Hi there. It's me, Greg Sherman, your teacher. It's been a while since I have presented something other than just my voice in the course materials, but thought it's about time to remind you that I'm a real person. And I'm here to introduce this new project, and this new project is really important because one of the things that you have probably found in your own life, and certainly something you're going to find as a professional educator, if you haven't found it already, is the fact that there are so many resources available to you as an educator online, so many, but it's a real challenge to keep them organized. At least it certainly is for me. So in this particular project, I'm going to have you create an organizational structure within your YouTube channel, and you're going to use that organizational structure to save and then easily access video resources that you might use as a teacher in a number of different ways. And this is a very, very important and very relevant project for you, because if you haven't ever organized or saved access to digital resources in some kind of a tool, then this is really good practice for you. And I can tell you right now that when you find really good videos that can serve different purposes in your practice, those videos can be 10, 15, 20 years old, or even older if they've been digitized and put onto YouTube. But they're resources that can become really important part of the overall creative experience that you're defining for your students. So this is a very, very valuable. I imagine that you'll probably begin creating your organizational structure in your YouTube channel now, and I can see that 5 years from now you'll probably still use this channel that you're going to create and organize. You'll still add resources to it, and it'll be the place that you go to remind yourself, oh yeah, I have this important, really great video that I want to show, I want to use in my instructional experience for my students. So without further ado, I'm going to switch back to the screen capture and walk you through the steps needed in order to make this project work for you.
Okay, so here I am going to demonstrate for you how to set up a structure within your own personal YouTube channel so that you can save videos and organize them and access them easily within this structure. And this is all part of what is required for this project, but definitely something that will be useful for you as you continue to collect video-based resources in your teaching job now or your teaching job in the future. So here I am at youtube.com, and I'm already logged in to my Google account because I have Gmail running. So if you're not logged in when you go to YouTube, make sure that you log into Google somehow. And I do it by going to make sure that I'm accessing my Gmail. So here I am, and I'm at youtube.com, and it's just YouTube with whatever is recommended for me based on who I am. I've got some comedy, shoes, a Tesla, yes, definitely me, and there's a bear sitting next to a guy. I like all of those recommendations. Thank you, Mr. Google, or Ms. Google, I suppose. So in order to customize your own YouTube channel and add places for you to put your video, you're going to need to go to your channel. And the easiest way to do that is to click on your Google login icon in the upper right-hand corner, and you'll notice I'm logged into Google here with my Radford email. And I'm going to go down to the very first option, which is your channel. So I click on that, and here's my channel. And it has almost nothing in it because I logged in using a different account for this demonstration. So here I am, and what this tells me right now, I have uploads are what's on my main screen when I click on the home button. You can customize what you see on the home button, and I encourage you to customize your channel all you want, but we're going to just do some basics in this particular project. So So what you want to do in order to create places to put your video is you want to create playlists. And right now I only have 2 playlists. One are videos that I have liked as I have been logged in, and the other one is a category called Other. And if I click on that, it shows me that I have. It shows me that I only have 1 video in Other, actually. No, I have 2 over here. So if you look in the right, I have a part 1 and a part 2. And so you'll notice when I came to this site that immediately an ad started playing, and that is something that you can minimize in some of the settings. And I'm not gonna go through that in this particular video, but I just wanted to let you know that that is an option, and it's something that you might want to explore. So anyway, I'm gonna go back to my main channel here, and I'm gonna go to playlists. Actually, no, I'm not gonna go to playlists. Let me close this out. I'm going to go to something called YouTube Studio, and if I click on the YouTube Studio button, it takes me to different things that I can customize and create inside of the YouTube Studio. This is where I go when I upload videos. For example, here's a video, and I can control this video. I can edit it, and I can make it public or private. And again, these are videos that I myself have uploaded. So you can do different things if you're in the video. This is the video editing room. But I am going to go down, and I'm going to scroll down to something called Other Features. And I'm going to scroll across, and I'm going to select Playlists. That's where I'm going to create my playlists. Now, there are other ways that you can create playlists, and I'll demonstrate that for you when I go out and find some videos. But this is just a real easy way to do it. You're in the YouTube Studio. And I'm going to go up to the button here. You can see that I have 1 playlist that's called Other. I'm going to create a new playlist, and for this project, you have to create 6 playlists. Okay, so the first one that you're going to create is going to be called Introductions, and this is where you're going to put videos that you might use in some of your lesson introductions. And so I'm going to create that. And I'm going to create, and obviously there's no videos in that playlist. And I am going to, let's see, I'm going to click the back arrow and refresh just to show you that I have 2. There we are. I'm going to create another playlist. And on this playlist, this one is going to be my info/activity playlist. These are videos that I'll use to present information to my students during that part of the instructional experience, or where I'm going to it'll help define an activity. And I'll create that one. And I'm going to click the back arrow and refresh, and you can see that that one has been created. I'll create another new playlist, and this one is going to be called Practice. And notice that I'm keeping all of these public right now, and that's going to make it. You can make them private later if you want, and then only you can log in to see them. So you don't have to make any of this public if you don't want. But for the purposes of this project, please just keep them public for now, so I can just access your stuff easily. So we'll create a playlist called Practice, and I'm going to create. Click the back arrow and create another one, and this one is going to be called Review. Create that, and I'm going to click the back arrow, create another one, and this one is going to be called Community Building. And I'll create that. And my last playlist, the 6th one that I'm going to create for this project, I'm going to create another. Oh, by the way, I'll refresh so you can see that I have created those other playlists. And then I'm going to create one more, and this one is going to be called Scaffolds. Okay, so now I've created all of my playlists. Hit the back arrow. You can see that that they're all empty except for my first one I had that was called Other. So I'll return back to YouTube Studio. Now that's all that you have to do right now. So I'm going to go back to my my YouTube channel. And by the way, I wanted to point out also that you can click customize channel here, and this is where you can add some channel art that will be at the top of it'll be the banner for your channel. And this is where you can decide when somebody comes back to your channel, like for new visitors, you can create a trailer that says, hey, welcome to this site and all of that if you want. But again, you're creating this as a tool for you, not necessarily as a place where you're going to drive traffic and have people from all over the world access your resources. So none of this is really that important. What's really important, well, I do like to customize adding some art here. You click on that and drag photos, but you're here for the playlists, so that when you're up in front of your students or you're planning lessons and you want to know what videos you're going to be accessing for your lessons, you click on playlists inside of your channel and all your playlists are going to be there. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to add videos to one or more of those playlists. So I'm going to click on, I'm just going to go to straight up YouTube, and I'm going to pretend for a minute that I am a teacher teaching social studies, European history, and I am interested in, as part of a lesson introduction, I want to have some clips from Monty Python and the Holy Grail, which is just going to help set the stage for a conversation about what life might have been like in Britain, in villages or cities in Britain at the turn of the first millennium. So I'm going to type in, I'm going to click on search, and you'll notice I already typed in Monty Python, Bring Out Your Dead, because this is this video could be very useful in starting a really good conversation about
having trouble falling or staying asleep. Maybe you should talk to your doctor about Balsam.
And just what life might have been like. So here's the video clip. I'm going to put pause. So now, as I mentioned, so I know I want to use this video, but I want to add it to one of my playlists. And so I'm going to click on the save button down here, which is at the bottom of all of these, at the bottom of all videos. When you're watching it on YouTube, I'll click save. And you'll notice that all of the playlists that I created are listed here. And I want this one, and I can add it to more than one. So I'll use it as an introduction. And I might also use it as part of a review later. I might, but well, I'll deselect that. I'm going to keep it on introductions. Notice that I can also create a new playlist here. If all of a sudden I realize, well, wait a minute, there's another playlist that I need to create, and it might be a playlist specific to a particular class that you're teaching, and then you can rearrange your playlists. But I just wanted to point out that you can create a new playlist here as well. So I'm saving it to introductions, and I'm going to close that. And now you'll notice when I go back to my YouTube channel, so I'm going to click on your channel, and I'm going to click on playlists, and you'll notice now that in my introduction playlist, I have this video as part of my playlist. So that is what you have to do for this particular project. You're gonna save at least one video in each of those categories, and you're going to explain or describe on your web page why the video belongs in that category and why it's a good example of a video that belongs in that category. And the last thing you're going to do is actually and then the last thing is you're going to go to your channel and you are going to type or create copy. Here, let me scooch this down so you can see it. Here I am at the URL or the address of your channel. You're going to create a button on your page for this project. And that button you're going to use this address. So you're going to copy that address, and that's the address that you're going to use to put on on a button that will take me, the viewer of your project, to your channel so that I can look at all of your playlists. And that's what you have to do for this project.